recording a summary is an effective way to check reading comprehension.
You know, we all think we know how good a dog's sense of smell is, but what if I told you their noses might just be one of the most advanced medical tools out there? Yeah, really. Let's get into it. All right, so here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll talk about just how powerful a dog's nose actually is. Then we'll look at two incredible real-world stories. One about saving trees, and another, well, it's about saving a life. After that, we'll dig into the science, the how behind it all. And we'll wrap up by thinking about what this all means for us and our four-legged friends. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. What really makes a dog's sense of smell so special? I mean, it's way more than just them being good at finding a treat you've hidden, right? I mean, of course you have, right? They can pick up the scent of a specific person from way across the park, or another dog that walked down the street ages ago. For them, the world is just this symphony of smells that we are completely oblivious to. And that's because their sense of smell is just incredibly sensitive. It's on a whole other level. To put it into perspective for you, we humans have about 6 million scent receptors in our noses. A dog, they can have up to 300 million. So it's not just a little better, it's like comparing a flashlight to a searchlight. It's a completely different reality for them. So because of this incredible sensitivity, it's no surprise that we train some dogs to be sniffer dogs. And, we usually think of them at airports sniffing out illegal stuff. But what we're about to see is that their skills go so much farther than that. All right, let's look at our first case study to see this in action. We're heading over to a park in Pingtung, Taiwan. And here, the dogs aren't just there to play fetch. They're literally saving the forest. So the officials in Pingtung are using these amazing dogs to find trees that are sick with something called brown root rot. And this isn't just a little cold for the tree, it's a disease that rots it from the inside out, making it super weak and honestly a real danger to anyone walking by. And check out how this works. It's so simple but so brilliant. The dog just sniffs around, finds the infected tree, and then alerts its trainer by sitting down right next to it. That's the signal. The dog gets a treat, good boy, and then the park workers know exactly which tree to safely remove before it has a chance to fall and hurt somebody. It's amazing. Okay, so that's saving trees, but what about saving human lives? This next story, wow, it's a really powerful one about the bond between a woman named Maria Tello and her incredible dog. So, here's the story. Maria has diabetes, and one night while she was sleeping, her blood sugar dropped to a dangerously, life-threateningly low level. But her dog, Malachi, he sensed it. He knew something was wrong. And he didn't just bark or whine, no. He physically woke her up and then ran to get her medicine. He saved her life. Simple as that.
And get this, that night wasn't some random one-time miracle. That year alone, Malachi saved Maria's life 4 more times. 4. That's just, it's absolutely incredible.
So, all of this just makes you wonder, right? How in the world can a dog smell a sick tree or know when someone's blood sugar is crashing? Well, the answer isn't magic. It's science. It's all about chemistry. It turns out that when a body gets sick, whether it's a tree or a person, it causes chemical changes. See, a disease isn't invisible. Not really. It leaves behind a sort of chemical fingerprint, a signature that's totally unique to that illness. And these chemical changes create very specific smells or odors. Now for us, they're completely undetectable. Our noses just aren't built for it. But for a dog's super sensitive nose, that smell is as obvious as a giant flashing neon sign. It's impossible to miss. And this is where the training comes in, right? We can actually harness this incredible natural ability. Trainers will expose dogs to these specific sickness smells over and over again. They teach them a clear way to signal that they've found it, like sitting down or barking. And once that dog is consistently getting it right, well, they're ready to go out and save the day. So when you hear all this, it really changes how you think about dogs, doesn't it? It goes so far beyond just being companions or pets. It's a real partnership.
You know, there's that old saying, dogs really are our best friends. And it's true. But after hearing these stories, that simple phrase just hits different. You know, it feels so much deeper. And really, that's the bottom line. The better we understand them, their incredible biology, their amazing senses, the more ways we'll find for them to help us. We're just scratching the surface of what this partnership can look like.
It really makes you wonder, what's next? As our own science and understanding grows, what other invisible dangers or illnesses will our best friends be able to sniff out for us in the future? The possibilities, they seem pretty endless.